There we go. Now I had a Google Keep file somewhere listing all of the changes that I wanted to make. And I'm now realizing that I don't remember what they are. But I guess I'll start with a quick recap. So what you're looking at is a sort of pocket-sized hip flasky thing to hold a TS100 soldering iron. I might have handy the original. It's gonna be some like TS100 case saw as Here we go. Yep, this was made before I got my license. I mentioned that in one of my streams that it isn't. I've put down because the audio is a little bit bungled, to say the least. But I had this idea, like, what if I had a pocket-sized thing I could carry my soldering iron around in? This was that original idea with a screw top, which took some getting used to and learning and making sure the tolerances came out right on the printer. I don't think I have any pictures handy, but you can see that pretty much have to be printed in this orientation, upright. And then I used this one was printed, the cap rather, was printed on its side. That way you'd have the two axes, the two planes perpendicular to each other, and things slide a little bit better. Now, somebody pointed out, or maybe I had the idea at some point, what if you could actually carry that around in your pocket? And I'm like, well, yeah, that'd be actually useful, wouldn't it? So here's this guy, which is that. It is supposed to be small to fit in the back of your pocket, that sort of thing. Mostly, there's a couple of small issues with this. Namely, rebuild that so it doesn't disappear. These two bits right here will tend to... Oh, did it stop playing music? No, it didn't. Okay, good. It does sometimes. These two bits will run into your finger, and they're a little bit sharp. Just not great hand feel. And I think this sort of channel up here is too narrow, so I'm going to make this fillet larger, I think, among other things. I'm not totally sure how I'm going to do that yet. It's TBD. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just, like, chamfer these ones out here and not chamfer, like, maybe just do a huge chamfer up on this one, or I don't know. I'll figure it out. That's what the stream's about, so... But broadly speaking, rest of the features on this work, we've got pockets for multiple different tips. We've got a pocket with an overarching cable channel to hold a USB-C to DC barrel adapter, and the sliding top. So, broadly speaking, everything's in order, but I want to give it sort of a once-over and make sure I'm not missing anything and add a couple things. So, I'll pull up my list of things to tweak on this, which it looks like was just the better lid capture. So we'll start with that. My idea for this, I think, come back up before the face adjustments. Looks like I didn't move those faces, which is kind of interesting. I'll leave them like that. And then with this moved face, I'm going to add extrude boss. Let's see, where's the top plane on this guy? It's on the bottom? I'll just start with this top face then. I think what I want to do, I'm going to make two sort of half moon shapes. And we're going to, oh, hang on, let's do this just in one continuous sketch if possible. Those two co-radials, so this whole thing slides into place. And now I gotta figure out if there's... hang on. These guys need to be equal. Not sure I like that. Maybe I want this to come sort of in more like this. Let's trim those. We'll come over here. We can use the trim tool to get rid of any extraneous bits and pieces. Who's texting me? Who would do such a thing? Okay. I think I want... See, these guys in here... Okay, I think it has actually stopped playing music. Which is real rude. It wants to be an active tab in order to keep playing, which makes sense, but I gotta be able to check my notes somehow. It's in the same window, so what I'm gonna do probably is come take a look at these radii. 1.6 millimeters in there. I think we're like 0.2 millimeters offset. No, 0.1 millimeters. Interesting. So that means that these guys here want to be 1.7 millimeter radius, roughly. Let's see. Doesn't look like everything's quite lined up yet. Oh, and because I have my parts centered correctly, I can just select everything, then run a quick mirror command, mirror entities, and I get the same thing over there, which is exactly what I want. Let's, let's figure out how far apart these two are, and then I can use that to space those two arcs. So, according to the measure tool, that's in minimum mode. I want it center to center mode. 71.15 millimeters. I don't know why it's drawn the line down there. That's just weird. But what we can do is then come arc to arc. 71.15. Then I can kind of decide how fat I want these sort of extensions to be. We'll start with a millimeter for now, and see how that looks in the fitment in the assembly. Let's do up to next. Up to next. Yeah, there we go. Looks all right. It's in a rollback state. Oh, it's in rollback because I didn't roll forward. Very smart. That looks pretty good. It looks like really the main issue with the lid right now is that it doesn't sort of stay in place very well, so I think this will fix that. I keep getting messages. Ah, yes, okay. Okay, message taken care of. I think maybe I can just like bring that in a little bit and let's see, this guy is the, we'll call these the retaining nubs. Extrude. This is going to be the TS100 pocket boss rather than the retaining nubs because they're no longer doing the retaining. Let's try 71. Oops. And Phil's complaining now. Of course it is. Clear all missing references. See what Chamfer's doing. I think I told it to just chamfer those faces. Yeah, so it's nice and clean. It's always nice when you get to use selective phase for a chamfer because a lot of the time it will... I guess, no, that's actually a fillet. It's nice when you get to selective phase for any chamfer or fillet operation because you know you want everything around it to be filleted, but it breaks a lot. Oh, hang on. YouTube's bothering me about my bitrate, so let's fix that. Stream, don't check my stream key, it's blocked. I'll bring this down to like, it's saying it wants 9500, so we're gonna do 9000. Plus, it's not like I'm playing a video game here, it's not very strenuous on the encoder. I think I'm gonna bring that down a little bit actually. Not 1, but maybe 0.6. Just a little bit of nub in there. That looks awful. That looks real garbage. Oh man, that looks like poop. Here's a thing. Here's a terrible thing. Can I just delete that face? Delete patch. Show preview? I can. Will it let me do 2? It will! So I can do all 4 of these and have my weird and terrible. That's fine, actually. Yeah, just a little bit of like nub interaction right there. I must be like move offsetting that face too, because I can't figure out. It's like, does that face get a move face at some point? It's a component cutout. Oh, I forgot there's regular appearance for the part already, so that's probably why there's that little lid there. Let's go back to the lid. Pop that down. I think that's really all the more changes that need to be made. Don't remember exactly how far that pops out. Probably around 0.5 millimeters roughly, based on how far that distance is. Let's go take a look at this guy now. Let's see. This is going to be under lid slot features, so I gotta come back up here. Got the lid channel cut. Let's try something and see how much it breaks. I'm gonna go from the center. I'm gonna come in like 3 mils. That might be huge. That is huge. Let's go with 2 millimeters for now. We'll just make this tangent for now, just fine. I'm going to see, that should be D1. So if I do a blind 45-degree draft and cut, make it equal to D1 in whatever sketch that is. Sketch 33. That should work. Yeah, okay. Now we've got a little more room for the fingers there. Now, how much does that break on the fillet side? I guess this is going to break a lot. Yeah. Well, actually, no. Only broke 1 chamfer. That's not so bad. Okay. Ah, I see. I was chamfering that whole face because I was being lazy. We'll just select tangent C and get on with it. I'll check that out. It even does those over there, too. Interesting. I don't remember doing that before. Select tangent C. Looks like it's not actually picking all the faces or all the edges I wanted to pick, but by and large, it you know, got the ball over the net, so to speak. Yeah, that doesn't look that bad. Alright, so that's a little more finger clearance. You know, I may even shrink these in a little bit more just because on my first one, I didn't have these reinforcing bosses for this lid, so it's possible that now it's going to be a little more fidgety. Especially because I have them at both ends, so I have to push that all the way through. Let's cut it down just a little bit. Retaining nubs. 0.4 even? Nope, that's too much. 0.5? What's the problem is, when I change this to 0.4, what does it do? No, it works just fine that time. Yeah, that looks alright. I think maybe I want to also add like a little finger pad, something or other, like a little divot. Dome. Nah, that's gonna do the whole face. So let's do a split line. Whoops, I want to come up here before I do this other stuff. let's do a split line. I guess I have to draw a sketch first. Oops. Sketch up here. I'm gonna make this kind of arbitrary for now. Well, nah, let's fully define it, why not? See, a thumb is about 1.5 inches long, so let's make this like 30 mils. That's way too long. Let's go like 20. I'm sure that's fine. And we'll go just end to end on spacing this thing for now, so 5, just give it a nice position. Then with that, we can do a quick split line feature on this face. I think intersection maybe is best. Oh no, I guess it does have to be projection because we're projecting the sketch onto the face. Yeah, alright. Do a quick dome. 0.5. 2. 3. Continuous dome. Yeah, that's weird. I like how you can make it a little more particular like that. Let's do 2 millimeters seems like enough. Just enough to get like a little bit of divot in there so you can get your finger into it. Curious if there's more settings in there, because it seems like there would be. Continuous dome gives it kind of that swoopy look, which I'm not a huge fan of. I much prefer this kind. Drop that down to 1.5. So now, do extruded bosses. I have in my head this idea of like a couple of ridges in there you can get your finger into. So we're going to go, I'm going to show the split line sketch. We're going to sketch on the front plane, because apparently I modeled this from the side. Just do like a quick couple of let's do a linear sketch pattern. And I want it to use this direction. Entities pattern, this guy. Let's do, okay, so that was sketch 5. Let's do D1, D2 rather. I think that's what the length was. That's sketch 5 over 5. What? Okay, it's gonna be 5 millimeters from now until I can set it properly. Dimension X spacing. That'll let me set an equation for it later. That looks alright. I think I want those to be a little bigger though, so fix that. Okay, so we got our dimension here. That is D1 at sketch 6. So this guy is now going to be D2 at sketch 5 divided by D1 at sketch 6. That's not quite right. Why is that not right? Aha! Because it needs to be -1. Because otherwise you're dividing by the number of instances and not the number of spaces. So. But now, you can make this vertical and correlate all this. Going from sketch to sketch. Let's call this D1 at 1, I guess. Hey, that even worked. Nice. And then we'll dimension these guys to be, say, 3 millimeters. That's actually too big. Let's do 2.5. Up to body. Can I pick the other direction and also do up to body? I get the feeling it might not let me. No, it totally does. Sick. Yeah, now you have like, now you got a little thumb pad. And it's gonna complain because it's in rollback. Okay, fine. Now you're a real boy. But yeah, now you have a little thumb pad. It should make it a lot easier to open too. Let's see, this is the tuning nub face cleanup. This is the thumb roll split line? Thumb roll pocket? A domed pocket. And these are the thumb knurls. So we can call this the thumb dome split line. This will be the thumb dome pocket. Thumb knurl extrude. Cool. Now, in order, it looks like I go probably fillet. Oh yeah, this corner fillet stuff, and chamfer for all the top things, and then that kind of extra fillet in there. Let's see if I can't just. Oh yeah, it's not gonna play nice, is it? Of course it won't. That's fine. We can work with that. Probably. Quick fillet. 0.4. Actually, maybe I can just select the whole feature. That'd be kind of nice. Select one edge, and then... Can I select the whole... I can fill the whole feature all at once. Nice. But you know what I'd like to do? I would like to have, rather than that be that dimension there, I'm going to have it be like some distance below the upper surface. That way I don't have to worry about it breaking later. Okay, I guess I have to convert this, which is fine. Whoops. Nope. I don't want a diameter around a line that doesn't exist. Oh, I think I'm just holding shift too long. That's because I'm dumb. We'll just call that 0.8 for now. Let's see what that does for the knurls. It's a little slim. A little on the slim side. 0.5. It's a little better. I am worried about the chamfer encroaching there. Yeah, it's gonna not play nice, is it? Let's make this a little deeper, like 0.6 or something. That should clean up. Oh god. Now it's gonna throw a fit. No, 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 it won't. Okay, sick. Let's try making this dome a little deeper even. Messing with the depth and seeing what I could get. That looks kind of interesting. I like that one. I think I want these fillets to affect... Oh, it's a smooth edge, so it's not even... Perfect. Won't have to worry about that. I might even want like a couple more knurls in there, so... Fortunately, that already exists with this number, and then this spacing will always adjust to make those fit in there. Where did I drag that number to? I just had it. Oh. I guess I've selected it somehow, because it's over here. Let's try like 8. That's probably going to break it, actually. Yeah, I had this third instance as the one defining where everything is, but that doesn't actually work because... What I really want is for these two to be vertically related so that the left edge one that we're patterning from is in the right spot. That looks pretty good though. I am pretty happy with that. Although I will probably shorten this pocket a little bit. So let's bring that down to like 6. Make this feature up here like 15. Yeah. Yeah, Stu. That is cool. Okay, let's hide things, make sure we haven't left any wounds in the part. Yeah. So we've got improved capture here now, and we've got sort of this segment in the middle that has or not in the middle, but off to the side that has a capture spot so that you can actually get the thing on and off with your thumb. How wide is that anyway? 8 millimeters? Oh god, that's gonna be... that might actually be too small. I think I could still widen that though. Like if I bring this up to like 10... shouldn't break anything? Yeah, sick. Can bring it over a little bit too, so we'll make this like 3. So it's a little closer to the end, sort of. Oh, hang on. Defining from that end there is, well, maybe it's fine in this case just because that is sort of where I want the relation to be, but like if I change this number, it's going to move the whole thing over because we're defining for this, and as this radius gets smaller, the whole thing shuffles off to the side. Not great, but honestly not a huge deal. I think better to have this knurl in there at all. Should be a pretty considerable improvement, I think. Yeah, this does actually look a lot better. Those two things were like the really big changes that I needed to make from the original one, so. What else is there to tweak, really? At one point I think I toyed with the idea of adjusting, we can come and look at the actual Flask part and the really early extrudes. Can come up to before I extrude that outer glass. I could stagger these up and down, which, while nice and could maybe compress the thing a little bit, it makes the model a lot harder to deal with, I think, so I'm not really sure I want to worry about it. This model's fine as it is. Yeah. I want to say I changed this to be a little bit tighter fit. I don't actually remember. Hang on, I need to figure out what orientation I printed that in originally. Flask G-code. This should just bring up the right G-code. Because I'm worried that I printed this on its side or something, which is going to make those features untenable. Because I don't remember, it's been like a week. How can anyone remember that far? That long in the past. Okay, loading it up. Loading it up. Loading up. Come on. It's not even that big a file. Oh wait, yes it is. It's 40 megabytes. Whoops. Love it when it doesn't respond. Hey, there we go. Parsing G-code. Oh, 51% now. Sometime this century, I'll actually get to show you what this part looked like when I printed the first iteration. Eventually. Totally unrelated. I designed some helical chain. It printed in place. Works pretty well. Pretty happy with it. Okay, yeah, I did print it upright. And without supports too, so I assume that part came out okay. But that means that otherwise, barring those honestly tiny changes up on this surface, and like this that isn't gonna change the printability at all. Those won't either. This is probably all good to go. I didn't really have anything else planned for the stream. I just wanted to have something to stream. Oh, hello, other viewer. Thank you for liking the video. anything else I can add to this? Very much looks like no. It's worth a double check to make sure that I've got the right... Oh, you know what? Evaluate interference detection. Yeah, actually here, I can go and show you the model of that. Recent chain v4 solidasm. So this was me thinking, okay, how do I make chain? How do chain good? And it was mostly an experiment in splines, because like I had, there's also a chain v1 I think in here as well. No, just this one, just regular chain. It's like, okay, I can design chains. This was just one part, just a linear pattern of the bodies to try and make it work right. But it wasn't that complicated, and I was like, I think I can do better. So that turned into, let's see, chain v2, which probably is, I was like, oh yeah, so this was the first time that I tried doing splines to control things. And this was just a hot mess. Like, a logo to the stream, you mean? Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea. I just haven't really gotten to the stage where I think I'm ready to market anything that I'm doing yet. It's not quite serious enough for that. Anyway, that version of chain turned into, that's v4, which is one that I drew in like 15 minutes while I was at work thinking about it. V3 was the first like spline only on a half at a time, and then directly controlling numerically the spline handles to get everything lined up. I gotta exit out the 3D sketch here, and then that's just a circular pattern that revolved to make some flat faces, so it's actually printable. That bit in the core there, which isn't really necessary, but it is if you want to actually... Oh, to the Flask. Yeah, I could do that actually. I think I have like a logo part somewhere that I can tweak. Should do that actually. I'll save it as an SVG and then import it or something. But this idea was, this bit in the middle here is just to make it printable, because otherwise it doesn't, there's no support under these two areas, like these two arcs as they come to part. There'd be no support under here. The whole thing would just, it wouldn't print. That led to, I think, see, that was V3. That led to V4, which is full width in the middle, and then really fine control of the splines and figuring out how to make sure that all my Haas lengths were spaced correctly, and having very fine control over the spacing in the middle rather than controlling where the spline points are. Control to the inside of where you know the splines are going to be. And that made this very easy to work with, I think, as far as spline curvy modeling goes. Additions to this, ArudioCAD put a logo on the back. Let's see. Logo, solid part. Yeah, so I do have a logo. Oh wow, did I really do this with the educational version? This is gonna be yikes. But this... Let's see. Really the other question I've got is whether or not I've got enough space in the back of the part to even fit an embossed logo. Just a little bit, yeah. Looks like I've got... Oh wow, I'm 6mm in there and I still have plenty of space in the back. Yeah, okay, let's do this. I have no idea how I'm going to save this out. I think I'm gonna have to make drawing from part. I haven't actually set up my drawing templates yet, so this is gonna be kind of an adventure. Standard sheet size? Hang on. What's 8.5 inches times 2 in millimeters? 431.8? Okay, so this has to be only show standard formats. Do I really not have any sheet data? Oh, God. Okay. Oh, only show standard formats and it's just taking ages. Lovely. I think I'll probably plan to do all my drawings on 8.5 by 11 just because reasons. 11 inches, 8.5 inches, and that way all my drawings by default. Wow, I don't even have a sheet format set up. Oh crap. Let's do. I don't remember what it's like part dot? It's like draw dot, I think. Yeah, I must have just busted the. I must have busted my setup at some point. File locations, document templates. So it looks like I have templates here. I did that from off window, but I should be able to just add templates. Whoops, that's not right. Alt D, put it up there, then select folder, then say OK. Yes. Well, no, it's a good suggestion though. It's the sort of thing that like I could post on Thingiverse and would be actually interesting to post on Thingiverse. So I'm not gonna save that. I'm gonna this time make drawing from part, drawing, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it doesn't crash. Which it seems like it's liable to do. Every single time. Hey, that's... Wonder if it's actually getting a browse window. Might not. Okay, templates. Solid dirt. Hang on, that's a different format than what I was expecting. Solid dirt. Ah, here we go. Sheet formats. This folder contains sheet formats. All of them. So, I have to go... Let's cancel that for now. I have to go figure out... Cancel. I have to go figure out where... File locations... Drafting standards? Oh, goodness. I think it'd be under drawings, but like... let's just try document templates. Paste that up there, select folder. Lang English sheet format. Actually, let's try edit all. See if there's anything in here about the sheet formats. Ah, there is. And they are both carryovers from when I copied all my settings from work. How rude. Okay, so that means I gotta go find the sheet formats. Both of these are old. Sheet format, select. That's a whole great big pile of solid dirts. And now I can go find the draw dots. I think those are gonna be the template files. That should be fine, okay. Now let's go look at the document templates. Probably remove that other stuff. 2021 templates. Actually, need to make sure that MMGS. Yeah, okay, that is the right folder. So I can fix all that, fix all this stuff, close out of this one more time. And now, make drawing from part, drawing template. Hey, there we go. Standard sheet size. I don't remember what standard sheet formats there are, because it looks like there's a lot of them. Oh, goodness. Okay, I think it's like A3 is the standard size. A4 paper. A4. Okay. So let's pick up like an A4 That's 8 1/4 by 11.7. What in the Sam heck? Width 11 height 8.5. Yeah, screw it. I'm just gonna go with this. We're just gonna not have any sheet format stuff. It's gonna be fine. Oh no, don't hide the edges. Hang on, show me on my edges. Oh god, all the edges are hidden. Okay. That's fine. This is definitely not the way to do this in like a CAD sensible fashion. Yeah, okay. Logo solid draw. And now we're going to pick the faces. And I think I can just file save as. DXF. Okay, ever DXF, logo DXF, because otherwise it'll come up. Okay. Nope, doesn't look right at all. Crap. Rubbish. View sketch. Place view with sketch. Oh, cool. That's fine. Yeah, it just wipes it for me. Maybe there isn't a way... There we go. But I need it to not also show hidden lines, so... Let's... Oh, that's right, I can just hide show individual edges. That looks fine. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Save as... DXF. Yes, please. Reopen that. Hey! Check it. Cool. So now we should, I think, be able to... Wait, cancel. Don't paste anything. I accidentally double pasted the sheet for some reason. Let's go take a look at this guy. Insert. Actually, we'll do like a sketch in the back plane, but first I need to figure out how I'm gonna like place this thing. Certainly before chamfers. Come to this face. We will try. Whoops, not trim. Oh, hang on. Maybe I could just direct insert. Okay, select a face. Let's do this one. Oh, I have to select it first. Insert DXF. Oh god, it's gonna be a logo. Import part as 2D sketch. Yeah. Finish. I have no idea what this is gonna do. I've never used this tool before. Hey, check that out. Realize I should have hidden some more edges, but yeah, actually, let's hide a couple more edges on this. I want to make sure that when I save out the DXF, I only get the text that I want to emboss. So, save as DXF. Yes. So now if we go back to, whoops. Nope, that's the assembly, not the part. I think it's this one? Yeah. This guy. So now, okay, planar face. Insert DXF. I'll go... Oh, I'm still streaming this too. Keep forgetting. All layers, white background, inches, add constraints. Import each layer to a new sketch. Merge points closer than that. Define sketch origin. Apply. Maybe this will work. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Let's go check the SolidWorks help files. Insert TXF. (2021). Okay. What is... Make edit sketch. Nope, that breaks it. Edit sketch. Okay. Oh, hang on. I don't have to edit sketch. I can just drag the whole thing around. I do need to adjust the scale on that a little bit. Is there like an easy way to do that? I have no idea. Scale? Scale about centroid? Let's make it like 0.8. Nope, that shrunk the part. Oh, hang on. What do you want to bet those handles up there in the corner are the sort of thing that will let you scale things? Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's going to be super rough. I don't think I can, like, really control it any more carefully than that. Before, I'm going to wipe that. I'm going to see if I can, oh, I didn't. I want to see what inserting it, like, I want to see if I can drag the thing around when I hadn't unfrozen it, because that would be trickier. It might be trickier, but it would give me some idea how to make edit sketch. Yeah, it's like I can't move the thing around. No solve move. Nope, I do have to make it editable. That's very rude of it. Why won't you let me drag you by that middle handle? That'd be really nice. Alright. Get that sort of roughly centered in that volume. Actually, maybe I'll bring it down a little bit and scale it up. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, let's try an emboss feature. I have a feeling it's going to break horribly, but... maybe it's wrap? Actually, let's just try an extruded cut. Maybe 60 degrees? Only going like 1 millimeter? Even 45. If this works, I will be quite surprised. Okay, please try a smaller draft angle. 15 degrees then. Oh wow, that's even deeper than it needs to be. Let's try 0.4. That looks sick as hell, if I'm honest. Very good call to add a logo to it. I can even put quite a bit of draft on this too. Nope, no I can't. Playing with fire. Let's try 0.2 then. Yeah. Yeah. That looks sick as heck. Very, very good idea. Maybe I can publish this on Thingiverse now. We'll call this the logo emboss. I think I need to add a little more visual interest because on the... You very much deserve patting yourself on the back. I would never have thought to add my own logo to it. I just haven't done that with anything yet. I think I need to come up with like a borehole of some kind or something else to add visual interest at this spot, because right now it's just a big orange patch in the logo, which looks fine on its own, but misses out on it makes it a little bit boring when it's just embossed, which is going to be where this logo is going to show up the most, is on parts that I design. So maybe I'll have to add like a... Hang on, actually I can just go look at the logo part and think about how I want to do this. Quick change this back to this. Extrude cut. Come from the right plane. What I have in my head, oops, what I have in my head is SolidWorks not cooperating apparently. Sort of a rifled checkerboard would be cool too, but it'd be a little bit trickier to model, I think, and it might make SolidWorks throw a fit unless I was really careful about it. But what I can do is, let's see, what's this? Make it like 20 mils. Smaller is fine actually. Have kind of like a barrel rifling sort of look, I think would be sweet. So I'm gonna model that up quick here. I'm gonna do a circular sketch pattern on that circle. Actually, no, hang on. Please just go about the origin. Thanks. Bump this up to like 9 instances. Seems okay. I don't know why these don't want to cooperate. Oh, I see. It's because they're dumb. There we go. Now we can trim out the bottoms of all those. So many trimmed bottoms. Exit sketch. Through all both. Oops. And shaded. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, I can make it twist too. Hang on, why have I got... What's this doing over here? Toolbars... Select views or something? Here we go, yeah. Nope. I don't understand what toolbar that is and why it's decided it wants to exist now. Who are you, and who lets you be here? Whatever, I'm just gonna not worry about it. Right now it's just splined. I think maybe the rifling wouldn't come through because I don't want to show these extra lines, I just want to show sort of the pattern. Let's make that looks a bit busy. Yeah, let's try without the, that looks alright. Maybe cut down the number of splines a little. Let's see, that number 9 needs to be number 7 maybe? Nope, that breaks it. Display style, yeah, so this little icon up here, whoops, not that one. This is the heads up icon that lets you pick which direction you look at the part from. By default, I just decided I wanted this logo to be visible from an isometric perspective. But this thing up here lets you change how you're viewing the part. So you can do shaded with edges, you can do shaded without edges, so none of this detail in here is visible. And then, or just edges, which is really hard to show to people sometimes. Shaded with hidden, which makes that all sorts of messy. And then, or not shaded with, not just edges, but also hidden, and then only edges. So this is handy if you have a part that has interesting inner detail, but I really like that, oops. I really like it just with the spline on the side. Oh yeah, I guess it probably is toolbar display style, because there's also configuration display states. My audio's echoing. I ran into that issue earlier and I couldn't figure out why it was like there's a little bit of interplay between left and right. I don't know why that is. I did spend like half an hour troubleshooting it this morning though, so if you have any suggestions as to where it might be coming from, OBS or something, I would welcome any help in that department. Maybe it's... Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna move on to the, fixing this in the drawing though. Oh goodness, what have I done? Hidden lines removed. Oh, I gotta show hidden lines, don't I? Or all edges, rather. Is there a hotkey to hide those? There has to be a hotkey, because otherwise I'm gonna go insane. Only the left channel is echoing. Well, I mean, tells me something, which is that somehow my audio is bungled. I do know what you're talking about, though. It might not be. Because... okay, hang on. Hide, show, edges, SolidWorks, hotkey. Yeah, okay, it's only right click, so I'm just going to select a whole bunch of edges at once. Shift click is magic. Oh, cool. Oops, not that fix, please. Edges. We're getting there. Still have those ones on the back side to get to. Pick some of those up in this round. Right click, hide edges. Hang on, I think I accidentally showed some that time. It's really fidgety. I can't just move it around to look at a different angle and make sure that I'm seeing exactly the edge I want to get rid of. But I can zoom in, which I'm realizing now I should have done from the start. Okay, hide some more edges. Just these two left. Alright, that looks good on that side. Now I just need to clean it up on the back side. Yeah, well, I made a part with like... Or I made a feature with... Oh, some 40-odd faces on it, so it's gonna have a bajillion edges. They're never easy to pick out, either. Oops. I think workstation graphics cards for SolidWorks are worthwhile if you are doing like actually big things and you need the stability. I mean, to the extent that anything in SolidWorks gives you stability, because that's I mean, SolidWorks is pretty intrinsically unstable as software goes. I'm so close. Hide show edges. Hide show edges. Yeah, okay. Nice. For certain tasks, I think if you're doing things that can be GPU accelerated, so like big sims on ANSYS Discovery in particular is a good use case for them. I'm not convinced that they're required. I think if you have sort of a mid-high-end gaming card, that's gonna get you 90% of the way there. I'm running a Radeon 7, I think, because I found a pretty good deal on it on eBay. And I was looking for something that had the sort of grunt behind it for video games and also could do more prosumery workstation stuff. And it's sort of, to that end, it's, yeah, I don't think I need a sponsorship from SolidWorks. I hope not, anyway. I am part of their Champions program, but I think that's sort of a different thing entirely. That's just like you use it a lot. So this looks good now, actually. So I can go ahead and save this out. Let's do that. DXF. Actually, what other? Not many other vector graphics formats. If I could put it into like Inkscape or something, that'd be amazing. Anyway, on to the show. We'll get rid of the logo emboss, because now we have a different logo. And let's get rid of the sketch. Oop. Hang on. Before the filters and chamfers, insert DXF. Whoops, I did. I thought I had to pick the face. I think it's just because it's really deeply complicated. SolidWorks as a software is just every time you look, you find something new, some new weird functionality you never thought about. But they have thought about all that functionality, and because the code base, I assume, is so huge because of how complicated it is to have all those different features and ways of producing cuts in the part, it just gets obscenely massive and becomes difficult to manage. And because it's so open-ended, all the things you can produce, it's very easy to find edge cases that they didn't think about. I'm going to take a guess and say that this is 5.5 and like 4.25. And maybe if I'm very lucky, that will put it somewhere useful. Nope, not even close. It's way out in the void. Fantastic. Alright. Make edit sketch. Gotta slide everything up into place. Zoom back in. Alrighty. Slide it to about, say, here. Shrink so that we've got clearance. Yeah, there are a lot of edge cases, usually when working with edges. Let's bring that, let's center that a little more. That looks good. Okay, so that sketch, I'm going to, can I just like constrain it? I guess not. That's fine. Extruded cut. That's gonna cut way too deep. We only need like 0.2 millimeters. Then we can get that coveted 45-degree draft. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think if I'm going to turn this into an actual logo, like this will be the draft one, this is V2, there will be versions to come after this, I'm sure. Maybe I should make sure that that's like actually some standard ISO or ANSI spline dimension, just for kicks, just because why not? Because somebody will see it and think, hey, I think that's actually like a standard spline. Because attention to detail. Disgusting, unnecessary attention to detail. Logo emboss. Yeah. That looks super slick as hell. And the one other person I know with the TS100 is going to think that's ridiculously cool. So, I didn't have anything else planned, really. Oh, absolutely. The toolbox is nuts. Apparently we have a functioning toolbox system at work that I don't understand how to use, but it's there. Fortunately, the project I'm working on right now, I don't have to draw so many, I don't really have to include so many fasteners in my model, even though they will be there in the finished one because it's very prototypey, but it's very easy to get way outside of like what you think anyone else has done or what you can find in the forums, and then you're just you start tearing your hair out. But we do have 0.2 millimeters, which is good. That make my face look blue? It does. That's weird. Yeah. I'm gonna do a quick, let's save this out as STL and take a look. Yeah, that's what this is for, is for holding TS100 irons, and let me pull up the thing, the adapter I usually use. Did it stop playing music? I think it did stop playing music. Let's start over from there. Amazon USB-C to DC barrel jack. Nope. USB-C female? I'm gonna dig through my Amazon history on another screen, because that would be smart. Okay, where is it? Here we go. This little guy right here is a USB-C power delivery to DC barrel jack that exactly fits. 5.5, 2.5 millimeters is the standard for, is the size that fits in the iron, and so it's like, hey, why not just buy one of these, because I have a USB-C battery, but I don't have a regular XT60 battery for like quadcopters or that sort of thing. And that, as well, that is the purpose of this sort of cut up here, is so you can fit one of those adapters between those two pockets. Yeah, this was like, I hate my current TS100 case, how do I make it better? And this is the second version of that. I don't remember if you were here earlier, but I had, looks like I don't have the model up now, but it's going to be in my recents. Capsule assembly. I developed this guy. Yeah, sure. Give me a sec. Boink. If I was clever, I'd have an affiliate link, but I'm not, so. But this was the original version of that, of this idea was, yep, it'll take, I think it'll take always 20 volts, if it can get it. I wish it wouldn't do that, because there are situations like my USB-C battery pack takes, or will put out, I think only 25 watts at 20 volts, but it'll put out 30 watts at 15 volts or 12 volts, whatever it is, the lower voltage. So there are situations where it always taking the highest one isn't perfect, but it works so well, I have really no reason to complain. Being able to have a little adapter that draws, that can totally make your soldering iron portable is really cool. An affiliate link, you think? Okay, I'll look into it. I don't think anyone would really, like... maybe someone out there wants to see it, but... It'll take a little bit of time, and it's... Right now, I'd rather focus on making the projects cool, so... Yeah, okay, I'll look into it and put it on my... another item on my gradually lengthening to-do list. Okay. Yeah. Affiliate link for Amazon. I'll put it in the, yeah. Okay. Yeah, these are pretty good. I think the one last thing that I wanted to do is I want to go take a look at, this is gonna make monetize the things. I'm working on it. Anyone who will pay me to design stuff, I will take their money and hopefully give them a design they like. Let's hit Flask STL. Flip this guy upright. That's not upright. It's probably going to take a while to slice because this model's lots of round bits, which Cura really doesn't like. Although I think the file itself is only half a megabyte, so not that big. 10 hours is a pretty respectable print time, too. Maybe I want to make that deeper. Like just a hair. Yeah, I think I do want to make that a little bit deeper. So let's go do that. This dimension's got to come down. The angle's got to get a little more shallow. 0.4. And that'll be totally doable to print, I think. None of these angles are so steep that that it'll become unprintable. STL. Yes, please. And then I have to wipe that right after I sliced it. Rip. Flat TS100 case. Hang on. Details. Details, details, details. Hip Flask. Boink, boink, boink. And slice. Go save out the lid as well. Oh, hang on. I didn't. Maybe it grabbed the wrong STL. Cancel. That dialogue that I closed out of there just a moment ago was SolidWorks asking me to confirm for a third time that I actually want my part as an STL, because it's very smart software. So we've got the lid now as well. We can save that out. STL. Reload from disk option. I can imagine. I mean, my perfect world, we use step files so that you can have actually good CAD geometry, but... Oh, hang on. Do I have my settings still turned down for that? One of the things I was doing earlier with the chain is because that model is very smooth and kind of flowy, it's very high on the poly count, which makes it very difficult for, even with it crushed down like 80% on faces, it still takes probably 5 or 10 minutes to slice, which is not great, if I'm honest. Okay, save as, STL, options. Yeah, those are some huge facets, which I am not a fan of. Let's go like 0.05. Whoops. 0.05 looks fine. And then maybe 15 degrees. Okay. That is a much more reasonable. I mean, it gets lots of detail in there, which isn't super necessary, but the face count is still low enough that it's not gonna blow Cura to smithereens. I have to redo this one too. Yeah, the Prusas are so freaking good. It's frustrating actually sometimes because like my CR10S works really well and I love working on adding parts to it, but I know that if I had a Prusa, I wouldn't have to worry at all about print quality. It would come out with the dimensions I tell it to every time and it would just work. But I think that's a down the road thing. Wait until people are paying me to design and print this stuff, and then I'll get a Prusa. And then this CR10S will go to live with my parents or something. I'll find somebody who wants their first printer, and they can have mine. That's, like I said, very far down the road. Yeah. Non-mesh file types and being able to import actual CAD is the dream, but we're definitely a long ways off from it. Okay, that looks super jacked up. So that's definitely the wrong, whoops. That's definitely the wrong file. So let's grab hip Flask STL and hip Flask lid STL. Flip everything upright. Whoops. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Whoops. Prepare. Rearrange. Actually, I want to do these guys at a little bit of an angle. I thought Lulzbot 4s were supposed to be pretty nice, right? Whoops. No, hang on. I want you in front. So it shows up on the... So it shows up... I have a camera... Oh, wait. I'm dumb. My camera's actually over here. This is X and Y. Cancel. Cut that out. Quit slicing my stuff. There we go. Okay. And let's print it. I don't want the logo in front. The logo will show up fine. People can see that when they have the actual thing. But paint on supports. That is interesting. That could be super duper handy. I've definitely run into situations. That still doesn't look great. Like they always look smoother. Maybe I just need to turn the deviation down a little. Oh, yeah. If you don't have someone actively working on the things, and it does tend to get a little messy. I may end up just sort of not worrying about these extra facets and how silly they look because I have the I think it's Arc Welder is the plugin for Octoprint, and it'll turn all these individual G1 moves into G2s and G3s and make it work so much better. I can't imagine using a printer that doesn't support G2, G3 now. It chops it all up and makes it so that the printer doesn't run like garbage. Oh God, that's horrifying. Those are like $2,000 printers. They deserve so much better. We've got our knurls in there too. Well, hang on. Let me see if I can't turn on my printer over here. Move some windows around. Okay, I think I have a way to show my Octoprint window. I do. So I have Tasmota set up, so I can just flick that on. But I have, if I slide this back a little bit, my bed is removable. It's all magnetic, it peels right off. Works super duper well for, I mean, as cheap as it is, but certainly the better solution is having a print bed that supports being removed and replaced exactly. There were some that University of Washington had that I got to use when I was still there, and and those were fantastic. They lined up exactly where they were before. You could pry them off easy, and then it made it super easy. I think they were a little bit flexible too, so you could pry them a little bit and the part would just pop off. Worked so nice. But, you know, thousands of dollars. He says having bought his own SolidWorks license. Priorities. Alright. This, I think, is good to go. Oh, goodness. Yeah, then you're getting into, like, the motion is no longer good, your motion stage is no longer, like, actually accurate, and you can't... Then you can't hold tolerances anymore, and then what's the point? It's a really good excuse to replace them all with skateboard bearings. Or, ideally, you know, proper linear rails, or those really weird circular ones. Those are super nice. Recirculating ball bearings of all kinds are so nice. Okay, I don't think there's really anything else that I wanted to add to this. Come take a look and make sure that it's just doing those inner ones slow, which is fine. Yeah. This part's basically complete. I don't really have anything else to add, so thank you all for coming and watching. I much appreciate your patronage and entertainment of my rambling. Like, I don't really have a regular schedule for this, but if you want to see more, put something in the comments, or say, hey, I would like to see more of this, or ideally suggest something for me to do, because that is... If you've got something that you think I should design, or something that you think I could design, please let me know, because I'm always looking for more ideas for videos. Prusa, $400. I did not know that. Let's do some Googling. Prusa, please sponsor me. Prusa Mini. Oh, they do the fun cantilever thing too. I got one of those monoprice ones that was like that when I was still in college, and then I returned it because I realized I didn't need to buy my own. Ooh-wee. That looks really nice. I should probably just buy one of these. I don't really have a reason not to. How much is the Mark III's? Oh, you can buy the kit for, say, $50 too. I actually haven't really been publishing any STLs, so up until a month ago, I've been using the SolidWorks educational license through the Experimental Aircraft or Experimental Aviation Association. And because of the restrictions on that license, I really didn't want to publish anything that I designed. This is probably going to be the first thing that I'll like put out there on Thingiverse. Yeah, this may be the first thing, because like it's the first thing that I consider good enough to publish and like put my name next to, and put like a, probably not a Patreon link. Nobody's going to want to give me money on Patreon, but like maybe a PayPal link to the company so that I can fund the LLC and I can make it like a net income zero thing. Right now, I think I'm $4,000 in the hole, such as buying a SolidWorks license. But yeah, maybe I think this will probably be the first STL that I publish. There's certainly a little more work that I want to do, and maybe 1 or 2 more revisions, but then it'll go up on functional prints and 3D printing and Thingiverse, and maybe if I get really lucky, I'll get front page, but I'm not going to hold out hope. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, I don't really have anything else. Yeah. This looks pretty good. Yeah, have a nice night. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to kill the stream now. I don't know if you're going to, like, when you'll actually see the remaining 30 seconds. I don't know what the latency is, but thank you all for coming. Tell your friends if you think they're going to learn something, or if you found something in here that you think is useful to someone, link them to this video, because every extra view helps. So I will absolutely post a link to the STLs. Yeah, have a nice night. Boink.